Hello students, welcome back to the online lectures of Information Technology 12th Science. Now last time, as we knew that we had completed with the topic of CSS, with the syntax of CSS and some important features of CSS HTML5. Now today we are going to continue again the advanced web page designing CSS topics. Now in this today we are going to study these topics, that is CSS ID selector, CSS class selector, universal selector and group selector. Now here you are going to understand today what do you mean by CSS ID and selectors. When I talk about ID, the ID selector selects the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. Now as I said, when we are studying HTML, we are studying the tags. In these tags, we are studying the attributes. Similarly, here we are using the attributes in the form of CSS ID and properties, values. We had studied all these things. So today, we are going to study each and every CSS properly about what do you mean by ID and the selectors. Now when I talk about ID selector, as I had told you last time, if you have revised what do you mean by a selector, then there is a property and value. This defines that block. Now CSS ID, in this ID, if you want for a specific element, then you can apply this with the help of ID. You have to write I and D in place of selector. An ID is always unique within the page, it is unique element, right? So that is the main feature of ID, that it is a single one. Always it is unique in the page and also in for the unique element. The last thing comes, it is always written with a hash character. You can see before the ID name, you have to always use a hash. Let us move ahead now again. What is the syntax? How to write with this class ID and what are the examples? Now you can see here class ID selector. In the class ID selector, you can see the program. Today, as and when you are changing the slides, then you can see the examples over here. You have to try all these examples and get the output as it is seen in the slides over here. This is the HTML file which you can see on the left hand side of your screen. That is the ID selector, class ID. How you can use the ID selector? You can see your HTML head, style tag, as we are studying CSS, so that is why the style tag will be in the head section only of HTML document. Here, what are you using? You can see in the yellow font it is written hash character para1, and you have given the properties, that is text align and the value is center. Second property you can see, that is color, and the text, that is the value, it is given as blue. So this means that I have used the CSS ID, and ID when you are using, you have to always use with a hash character. And you can give the select over here. The selector is para1, and this particular definition means, this codes means that we are applying this particular style to the paragraphs, to the paragraph tag. After the head tag closer, you can see body tag. In the body tag, I am giving what has to be written in the paragraph. That is, you can see in the P tag, you have given P and space ID. This is how you have to use the ID. Okay, that is equal to para1. Hello students. And then comes the paragraph tag. Open the close the paragraph tag. And then you can see the next one that is given, only paragraph tag is given. You can see ID is not written over there. That means you are not using the selector ID. So this paragraph will not be affected. It is written like that. This means that this particular paragraph will not be affected. It will be typed, it will be seen in the output as it is. Whatever options you have applied to the style tag, that CSS will not be seen in this particular line which is written. This paragraph will not be affected. You can see on the right hand side the output. You should get the output like this. See, hello students is written in the blue because as it is given in the style, we have given the property as text align center. That means hello students which we have written, that comes in the center and with a blue color font. Okay, so this is the meaning of class ID, syntax and an example. So how you have to use the class ID. Now this you have to be very clear and you have to understand this, how to use the CSS in your files, that is cascading style sheets. This is a very important topic, especially for 12th science students. So see students, just pay attention to all these class ID selectors, whatever selectors are there, how to use the style tags. That is very important. You should know how to write it down, this particular program, without looking and using the CSS, because when we'll be doing the practicals, we will be doing with the help of CSS only. Okay, let us move ahead to the next topic now. Okay students, ahead now to the next slide, and the next CSS selector, that is called as the next CSS class selector. Now here in this class selector, we have to see that how in ID we had used the hash character. Here we are using the dot, that is a full stop symbol. See how it's written, the class selector selects the HTML elements with a specific class attribute. It is used with the period character, that is a full stop symbol, followed by the class name. So whenever this type of question comes, such type of question comes into your multiple choice. In multiple choice, the students, you all get confused between what do you mean by a class selector and a class ID. So when we talk about a class selector, it is with the help of a full stop. That is how we had given the hash character in front of the selector. Here you have to give a full stop symbol in front of the selector. The class selector is used when you want to change a group of elements within your HTML page. The class name should not start with a number. So these things are the main features of the CSS class selector. Now come back to the syntax and an example. What do you mean by a class selector? How you use it into your file and what type of output do you get? See here students, again on the left hand side you have the HTML document over here. You have to type like this and you can see a dot is given in front of the intro. Right? Intro is my selector which I have used, that is dot intro, and in that I have given text align equal to center and color blue. This is a type of class, right? That means this particular font size, that is the text which will come into the center alignment of the web page, and it will also have a blue color. Now for this particular class, if I want to add this CSS to a class, see here down how I am using it. You can see the body tag, it's open, and I am giving which tag? H1 tag. In the H1 tag I am using the class intro. Correct? This is how we are using internal CSS. This is the internal CSS. That is why you can see this particular CSS intro which we have used, we have defined in the style tag. The same thing I am using over here in the H1 tag. In the body tag, in the H1 tag we have used intro. Now you can see it's written in yellow, that is this heading is blue and center aligned, and close the H1 tag. This means that is whatever CSS I have given over here, specifications, this CSS will be applied to this particular H1 tag sentence only. Now see the next sentence which is given P, that is a paragraph tag is given and class intro is given. This paragraph is blue and center aligned. Correct? So that means what? Both the things you can see here, the class intro. That means both the sentences will be changed. Here this will be the heading tag H1. H1 is the highest heading tag. That is why that will also come into the central line and blue color, and also the paragraph tag which is given, that is in blue. So you can see on the right hand side there is the output of this particular program. You can see here the heading is blue and central line. This is the highest heading H1 tag with the sentence where we had written in the H1 tag, and the next sentence, that was the paragraph tag. So in both the cases I have applied the CSS. With CSS it is the class CSS. That class is called as the dot. That is, with the help of a dot I am giving the name to that particular CSS. Any name you can give over here. I have used the word intro over here. Correct? But here, while using this particular CSS into your file, you have to give with the name class. Okay students? So this was about class selector, that is ID and the period. Now next, come to the next particular slide. Here you get the class selector for specific element. Specific element means only for a simple element, one element only. To specify only one specific HTML element should be affected, then you should use the element name with the class selector. Now see, this particular meaning, what is the meaning of this particular sentence? That means we are using only for a specific element. That is, only on the website, if I want to highlight only a single sentence, so I can give with the help of the CSS class selector. Here again you can see HTML head, style tag. Here I have given p.intro. Correct? Now it is a dot again, and p means this is the paragraph tag. You can see here, that is, to that particular paragraph only I want this particular CSS to be applied. That is why I am giving here the tag over here, that name of the selector. You can see that selector is what? Paragraph. Right? How you are using that into your file? You can see that after opening the body tag, you have given again the H1 tag. In the H1 tag you have given class intro. This heading is not affected. Can you see this? In spite of giving H1 class intro, right, I have given the CSS name over here, selector, but I have not used that selector into my CSS file. That is why this particular CSS effects will be seen only in the paragraph tag. Can you see the next sentence? That is, the paragraph tag is open over here. In that paragraph tag I have used the CSS class intro. This paragraph is blue and center aligned because this is the CSS I have given over here. That is why you can see in the output, you can see in the output, this heading is not affected. That means whatever you have written in the H1 tag, it will be written as it is, but the CSS applied where? This particular blue line. You can see here, this means this paragraph is blue and center aligned. This means that CSS have been applied to this paragraph tag only. Why? Because in the internal CSS I have applied only the paragraph tag. Okay. Now come to the next slide, and the next selector, that is called as the universal selector. From the name itself you will understand universal means what? Universal means to the whole file, to the whole web page, right? Universal, to everyone. See, the universal selector is used as a wildcard character. It selects all the elements on the web pages, right? It selects all the elements on the web pages. You can see here again in the style tag, see how the universal selector is used with the asterisk sign. Can you see this? This asterisk sign indicates itself that it is a universal selector. Here you no need of any tags over here. Correct? You only have to use a universal selector, a asterisk sign. That is a star sign which you say. Then here you have given the property as color and the font, that is the value as green. Font size, that is 20 pixels from the 20 pixels is the font size. Now open the body tag. You can see that sentence is written over here. This CSS tag will be applied on entire page. It does not check tag or plain text. This is only given in a text. You can see H2 tag is given, that is the heading tag H2 is given. This CSS applied to heading. Then again you can see that is paragraph tag is used, and in that paragraph tag again ID is being given para 1. It is applied to the first paragraph, also to second paragraph. Okay, that means what you will get the output here, you will get the output, that is whatever is given in the CSS. What's given in the CSS? The color is green and font size is 20 pixels. So let us see, we are getting the same thing as it is a universal selector. So you can see everywhere the font size is green, font color is green, and the size is 20 over here. So this is the very simple type of selector in CSS, that is called as a universal selector. Universal means it is applied to each and every part, every element of the web page. That is the meaning of universal selector. The name itself specifies, that means it's applied to the whole page. Here there is no need to see or check with, it does not check any tag, it does not take care of any tags. Whichever tag you are using over here, you are free to use any of the tag, and whatever CSS you have applied over here, whatever property or value you have given to that particular definition block, you can see over here everything will be applied to the whole web page. Okay, move to the next slide with the next type of selector, that is called as a group selector. Here also group means what? Together. See, the grouping selector is used to select all the elements with the same style definitions. It is used to minimize the code. Commas are used to separate each selector in grouping. Now see, without a group, if I want to use the selector, this is a simple example. If I am not using any group selector over here, without using a group selector, how it will look like? I am using the H1 tag, I am using the H2 tag, and I am using the paragraph tag over here. So these are the selectors, that is H1, H2 and P. In that you can see the same type of properties are given. This grouping can be made only with the similar types of properties and value. That is very important to know in the group selector in CSS. Right? In this type of CSS, in the group selector, what is most important is the properties. This all the tags are using the same type of property, that is text align center, and the color of the text should be blue. So if I want to type such type of things, you can take it into a group with the similar things, right? So now the CSS code with the group selector. Now using the group selector, you can see the syntax. I am giving all the selectors in front of the curly braces over here, that is H1, H2 and P. And then you are giving into that, on the definition block, you are giving the text align center color blue, because this is the property and value which is same to all the three tags. Understood? This is how you have to prepare a group selector, students. Okay, group, you understand this thing, very simple to understand. That is, group means there should be some similarity. Similar items only can be taken into a group. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the example of a group selector. How you'll use the group selector in your HTML file. You can see on the left hand side the HTML file is given here. You have to use H1, H2, P tag. That is, these are the three tags which I am using, and I am grouping them together, and I am using the property and the value whatever is given in this particular thing for all the three tags. Right? You can see here, after the body tag, H1 tag is given. Hello students, welcome to online sessions. In the H2 tag, information technology with a difference. And lastly, the paragraph tag, have a wonderful session with your enthusiastic teacher. And the last one, again a paragraph tag is used, have a nice time. So let us see what the output you will get it over here. This is the output you are getting, students. On the right hand side, you can see that the text, all the three sentences have been aligned to the center, and the three sentences have the font color as blue. You can see here. Hello students, Welcome to online sessions. This is the H1 tag. Then in the H2 tag you can see information technology, the difference it is given, that is in smaller fonts and bracket. And then next comes the last one, that is 2 paragraph tags have been used. So you can see only 1 paragraph tag here it is given, but P tag you can use number of times, P tag, H1 tag or H2 tag. But all the things, that is the property and the value which has been defined in the CSS file, that will be applied to your body tags, right? So this is how, students, the examples you have seen of types of selectors. Class selector, ID selector, class selector was a hash character, ID selector was a dot characters, that is a dot you have to use in front of the character. Then we use the different types, that is group selectors we used, right? So we studied a lot of things today about the CSS. See, we have to study this CSS very nicely, because in the first chapter the CSS is the main part and it carries a lot of marks. Okay students, these things only will be doing in the practical. So what you all have to do is, whatever CSS this you have seen, all the files, that is CSS files which we have done, the HTML practicals, try to do this without looking and use your own CSS, own values, that is own properties, own selectors, and just see what you are getting the output. Okay students, so till then, bye bye, have a nice time, thank you very much.